have a stance, make a move, have a plan. Master man, feel the groove, do a dance on the land.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy KingDow. Welcome to another music video breakdown. And today we got a special guest, my twin. You guys saw her before on the Phase music video breakdown. We got, and now she changed her name. She is no longer MOZAIA Bree. She is now MOZAIA. So let's give it up for MOZAIA. How you doing today?
Yes, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. Yes, I rebranded from MOZAIA Bree to MOZAIA. It was very emotional. It was very sudden, and I don't know. I don't think there's a right way to do it. You just do it and just follow your heart. So, yeah, MOZAIA, everybody.
And real quick before we get into it, what made you change your name?
Wow. I actually don't think I ever fully liked the name MOZAIA Bree. I made it up when I was 19. I was told that my name was not marketable. I think I wanted to go by Monique, which is
Monique
my
Santorini.
that's my real name.
Raquel
If y'all don't know, that my real name is Monique. And I wanted to go by Monique, but instead of an O, it's an X. McSneak. So I was told that's not marketable. So I had to come up with a name, and I was too attached to my Mo nickname that I wanted to come up with a name. Search up on Google like names that start with M-O and then whatever. And I saw Moya with a Y, changed the Y to an I, and thought that was too pretty. I needed something with like some, I don't know, like some bass in it. So then I thought of the word bro and then Bree. So I thought Bree was like a really cool name. And so MOZAIA Bree it was. Then I just like never liked it. The whole prenatal period of my career, I didn't like MOZAIA Bree. I just kept it because I didn't think of anything better. Think of anything better. Think of anything better.
Sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
Saw some cool ones.
There's some cool ones, but nothing that stuck out as quickly as Mosaic. This you could say Zay. You can like do so much with it.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So yeah, guys.
He did something with it before I did.
Me?
You threw it in the lyric.
Oh, I did throw in the lyric.
Got him. We fucking got him.
Yeah.
Before I even rebranded.
Facts. Yeah, because I did on purpose because I want that to be like.
He's
can't
like,
change it now.
you can't change it now.
Yeah, this
I
has
can
to
do
be
whatever
it.
I want. You could just be out here looking at people like, who's MOZAIA?
Hey, it's okay. That shit's fire. But anyways, guys, MOZAIA,
Yes.
shout out to her.
Thank
and that's the
you.
thing, just wanted to give you guys that quick quick backstory because it's important. And sometimes artists, they go through identity crisis. Just kidding. No, artists go through, like they want to switch things up and like they grow into. It's kind of like
I 0 out of 10. Don't recommend. I don't recommend doing it.
I mean, but
I'm kidding. No, that's just be talking
for
shit.
sure.
It's just tough.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
difficult.
It can be, and it's like like it's kind of like none of us pick our government, but we're all free agents in this world, and we're allowed
You can
to.
and at an age. Well, what age is it? You can change your name. You can petition to change your name.
Yeah, and it's like some artists they have like dual like personalities, personas, whatever.
Yeah, like
so that's the thing. But yeah. So anyways, guys, outside of that, today we are going to be talking about the feminine music video breakdowns. Breakdown. So we're recording this, but by the time this is out, the video will be out.
Yes.
Boy likes to do things ahead of time. So as we're recording this, like the video is literally being edited right now by our boy Zach Purnell. But we're in the future, so you guys will see this. Kind of like a past reversal.
We're time traveling right now.
We're time traveling right now. So feminine, guys, as you know, the song is off my KingDow Kingdom album, which I dropped last year in October 2022. And it has a very like Afrobeat, Afrocentric. So yeah, that's how that came across. And when we're working on it, because I remember I was telling KrazyMak, I was like, all right, man, I want to do something a little, because I was listening to a lot of Afrobeat music. I was like, I want to do something a little bit more on the Afro, just show off my Afrocentric side of myself. I grew up listening to a lot of Fela Kuti, WizKid, just a bunch of different like
WizKid.
artists, like old African style music and newer, that very groovy hypnotic stuff. And so yeah, we're working on that. It has my bass lines over it. We found that jungle sample, and KrazyMak started adding all the different drums and sounds to it. The sequences. I think, between him and I, we were adding just so much different,
it's
melodies
so
to
unique.
it. Thank you.
It's such a unique. It's not. I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. Because I hear
Genre
all those.
transcending.
I hear all those influences.
For sure.
But you can't classify it to one.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. It's funny because I'll compare, because when I'll listen to Feminine, and then I'll listen to like a Burna Boy or something, and it's like their music sounds like it's like the kids from Africa are making their own style of hip hop. And then when I listen to what I did, it's like it has a little bit to that, because I do listen to that music, but it also has a lot of the ancient African music I grew up on with my own spin on it, on top of like my own style. So it's like it's still in its own class, and it's like, wow. Even when I'm trying to like pay, not because I'm never trying to copy anyone, but even when I'm trying to pay homage to what I like, it always comes out natural. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Feminine, because Phase was the first song that MOZAIA was a part of.
Yep.
And I remember I showed her that first, and as you guys know, it was crazy. We did the video and everything. Shout out to everyone who saw that breakdown. Make sure you go check it out. And shout out to everyone who came to the premiere. Like people, that breakdown was our most viewed breakdown, very anticipated sound.
Most viewed premiere.
Premiere. So shout out to you guys. We had like 12 people in there, so really appreciate it. It means a lot. Yeah. So after she gave me Phased, that was amazing. And then with Feminine, there's supposed to be another artist that was supposed to be going on Feminine. Really dope artist, but she was taking forever. Like she had a lot going on. I mean, it happens, our artists, they're always, things happen, whatever in our personal lives, but this is a business, and at the end of the day, when it comes to your music, you can't wait on anyone, especially if you have like a certain time frame or deadline you're trying to meet. So I thought about Mo, and I was like, okay, well, Mo killed it on Phase. I like Mo's music. She's very versatile, let's see what she does, and I remember I gave it to you, and you're equally as enthusiastic. And what did you think when you heard Feminine?
I was definitely intimidated because I'd never written in that genre before. So not only was it unfamiliar territory, new territory, it was also like, how do I deliver and how do I sing? Like, I have to first stay in the theme, like the message that you're singing about. But then I so that's also something I don't really write a lot about. I don't write a lot about my femininity. See, I can't even say the word, let alone sing about it. So
I've gone through so much. I can't even. Cancel. No way.
So it was already, the subject was different and the vibe was different. The tempo, it's like, it's fast. Where do I take it cadence wise? Like, right. I don't know. I can't tell. I would be lying if I said it didn't just start spilling out easily, because it did. But thinking about it at first, before I was able to sit in the studio and give it a shot, I was intimidated. But I was excited too, because I'm always up for a challenge. If you look at my old profile, my catalog, my repertoire, it's a mess. It's like a beautiful mess, because it's a lot. It's like R&B, trap. There's drum and bass, dubstep with future bass on one song. There's pop, a lot of like atmospheric stuff, and then very commercial sounding like pop, old western, and then like a hint of like reggae, Maroon 5, or One More Night type. So it's just all over the place. This was just yet another piece to that mosaic.
Mosaic.
I feel like I did by moving on to MOZAIA, I did leave behind like a mosaic, just like I said, a beautiful mess of songs. And this this song was definitely the only one of its kind in my roster. Like I was excited, and then when it came to writing, I guess I just built off of what you were saying, and then it just came from there. Like I didn't write one part and then a different part and then bounce. Like my writing was just like the last time with Phased, very linear. I wrote all my lines in order, and it came out really easily. I think it comes out easy when the production is really well done. So
Yes. Shout out to
you guys,
KrazyMak,
you
myself.
and KrazyMak really set the stage for me and gave me a safe place to explore without me feeling, you know what I mean? Like it's like it's so hard not to find inspiration there. So that being said, then my verse came out. Then my verse was born.
That's beautiful. What did you think of my verse, like what I was saying? Did you feel like I represented the symbol of femininity?
I know. I wish I can have the lyrics out in front of me.
I mean, I can recite whatever, you know.
Can you recite at like minute mark 58?
Oh,
58
like that.
No, I really liked what you were saying. I mean, first of all, just the hook, the swimming,
all within the feminine.
I love how you start here,
Yeah.
and you build up intensity, and then I started jumping.
That's definitely my favorite hook I've ever written, for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's just such, because you know most hooks it's like it's like a couple lines repeated or something, but it's like it's very rare.
Yeah,
that
most
you,
hooks.
Yeah. It's very rare that you hear a hook that like has like it's almost like a verse, like it has like a story, and it's like
It is a story.
you know like it
it's
has
not just a stamp.
Exactly. I like hooks like that, and it's like I think that's not something you can do every time. I mean, there are certain artists that can do that.
It depends on the song.
Depending on the song, and I feel like that's like that's like the only hook of its kind in my catalog where it's like
Right.
it just goes like that. So
Where it's almost like there are two parts to it.
and I like what you said about, you know, like it's like how I started low, because it's like it's
You built up intensity.
yeah because I think about like when we think about this might get sexual, when you think about, you know, just like dealing with like, you know, a woman, right? Like when you
Tell us, what's it like dealing with a woman?
yeah, right. Yeah, no, we're just like interacting, interacting.
Okay.
When you're like, whether you're talking or starting to flirt, you know, if you guys starting to get intimate, it's like, see, men, right, as you guys know, like it's like we're like have you guys ever heard you've heard the phrase like we're like a on and off switch, right? But then women is kind of like an oven or like a knob, you know? You're right.
Oh, well, I mean, this is the first time hearing it.
Your first time hearing it? Yeah.
So he's putting me on game.
Yeah, the basic idea is like, you know, guys, like, it's like if a girl comes to us, hey, you trying to hang out, whatever, like, oh, of course, you know, you're attractive, you know, but like the other side is like a girl may be interested, but it's like you have to like kind of like convince, entice them, you know.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like butter them up, you know. And that's what I did with the hook. Is like it was
You
my,
did that.
you
Wait,
know,
yeah,
like swimming,
wow.
you know, like and then we get to it, and then we started jumping, you know, because it's like now now that you've been listening for this long, now you're invested, you know.
Right.
And that was the idea. So that makes sense.
Yes, I love it. And I love that you're singing about dancing and about the female body. And so, I don't know. I feel like as a female, because I can speak on this, I would feel very, you just naturally make females around you, physically around you, feel very confident about themselves.
Thank you.
And then,
to any haters, say that shit again. Say that shit. No, you know, because people be on some weird shit. But.
you make well. I mean, yeah. A lot of y'all may have seen him on screen, maybe on stage, but not actually hung out with him the way I get to. And I'll say, like, whether it's business or just casual, he helps. He really, like, just for me. I mean, I don't want to speak for most females, but I was on set with like 3 other females. And we all felt very confident about ourselves. He never misses an opportunity to gas us up and make us feel good about ourselves, and not just who you find, but he goes a little deeper than that. It's like he goes down to like, oh, your aura, and people, you don't really get compliments like that. And so, yeah, that's what you're doing, and I feel like I already get to experience that as a friend and just as a female around you. But then when you are immortalizing that in a song, you're doing that every time a female listens to it. And so I don't know if you knew how important what you're doing is, but I feel like that's very significant, and you should be very proud of yourself.
No, I really appreciate that. I'm about to have you be my woman spokesperson. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, have you seen Key and Peele where they had like a translator?
Yeah.
You're my female translator. what he's saying is that the energy within you is that
You have to do that for me because I be too nice. Yeah, that's.
I got you. Of course.
We're the yin and yang, because I'll be like, yeah, I'm not really into you, and then you'd be like, what?
Oh,
like if you were my
I'm not really into you. Yeah.
If I'll be like, I'm sorry, guy, I'm just like not interested.
Basically, you're cool, but you're kind of weird, and I need you to fuck off. Fuck all the way off. You damn Ethans. No, anyway.
You damn Ethans.
But no, anyway. Anyways, we're keeping all of that. But no, I really appreciate that, Mo.
Yeah.
And you're right. That's what I try to do every time. You know, I want to, you know, just shout out to all the beautiful. I grew up with like a lot of like awesome, like obviously a lot of, you know, great male figures, but a lot of women figures have always had my back and supported me from like, you know, teachers, my mother, you know, older cousins
shout
and everything.
moms.
You know, so shout out to all of them. So it's like basically when I was thought about this song. And not just in an intimate level, but just like all the beautiful women that have supported me, I was like, okay, let me channel all that into this, because it's like we think about Mother Nature, right? And like women are, you know, they're natural, like social, very caring creatures that, you know, just want to help spread love. And I want just to pay homage like that. I feel like I've touched on it here and there in previous records, but this one I was like, okay, boom, this is for y'all, you know? And yeah, you mentioned the other ladies that are in it. Shout out to, in the music video, shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Sandy and shout out to Brenda.
Yes, girl.
And I want to shout out Belinda, who is Sandy's older sister. Belinda, she's amazing. I met her in 2020. You know, very close KingDow clan fan. Shout out to you, family. At this point, yeah. When I was trying to, you know, thinking about putting this music video together, because I always like when this song was put to fruition, I was like, I really want to have like some like kind of tribal dancing happening in this, you know, and I want it to be me and some ladies, because obviously it's like. The theme is like the feminine energy, and I wasn't really looking. I was busy with like other stuff, because like the royalty show was coming up, and then I was talking to Belinda one day, and shout out to Belinda, she's always, you know, reaching out, like checking on me all the time, and she's like, hey King, you should I don't know how, I think she saw a post of mine. She's like, yo, you should reach out to my sister Sandy, I know she'd love to be a part of one of your videos. And I was like, that's a good idea. And she's done like a lot of cool stuff in the past. I remember she did the expensive challenge when Sarah E and I were doing KSE, and so I reached out to her and she was down. And then she suggested her friend Brenda, and I was like, cool. And at the same time, I was reaching out to Jasmine, because Jasmine was always, you know, shout out to her. I met her in August of last year, and she was always very supportive of the music. And yeah, and I saw that she could dance too. She had that spiritual vibe I was also looking for. So I was like, cool, this could be an awesome contrast, because Brenda and Sandy, like, they know how to take direction, and they have like a big, like, wide experience dancing in all different aspects. And then Jasmine was awesome because she comes from like the spiritual community, like she's like her own personal coach, and like I'm also a part of that community where, like, you know, there's a lot of like ecstatic dance, very free-flowing dance, and I felt like that could be perfect in certain parts of this video. So yeah, it was cool how it all came together. And you know, like we had, you know, the meeting. Shout out to Brenda, she helped you ladies put together your outfits.
Oh yeah,
those
shout
outfits
out to you,
are
Brenda.
beautiful.
Couldn't have done it without you.
It was like amazing. And
those are all handmade.
So she handmade all those. Handmade all those.
Handmade. She handmade them all.
Okay, thank you.
No, she the fabric store that she went to had a lot of great starting points. Like the belts were already made; they were gorgeous. She picked the fabric, that rich tone that you guys see us in, the that like ruby-ish. I don't even know what to call it. Like
the red color one.
Yeah.
I'd say like
not ruby. Oh my god,
maroon,
it's like burgundy.
Burgundy maroon.
Yeah, and I love that it wasn't just like red, like shot in your face, high blood pressure red.
Right. Yeah.
But it was just a deeper, very elegant tone, and it was just a wonderful fabric. Well, I mean, it was awful to dance in, but it was
I felt sorry
very
for you guys. That
difficult.
stuff every time you guys walked or did something, it
would just start slipping.
Yeah.
It has no friction, so there's like. It's got no like great, like no, what do you call that? I don't even know. It's like it's not rough like enough to stay
enough support
tied, and that's kind of all that we were using. And then we used a gazillion million trillion bob safety pins.
Yeah,
we were all like just stabbed up. But it was amazing. So yeah, Brenda is very, 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 very
Shout
talented. We did the research. We came up with ideas over a group chat, and then she was just on it. So shout out, yeah, they're gorgeous.
Shout out to Brenda, shout out to Sandy. They're a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah.
And we'll come back around because I realized I wanted to go deeper into like your verse.
Oh, okay.
We'll come back around.
Okay.
But like, anyways,
You don't want to edit that? Are you gonna edit that? You think?
we're keeping all that.
We're keeping all of it.
Exactly. No, for sure.
He gonna put his face in there.
Shout out TJ. I know, like you did. That shit was lit. But anyways,
this time we gonna put an ass cheek.
Oh god.
Can you put an ass cheek in there?
I'm
right
dead.
here.
This is such
Can you
perfect
put,
content.
Right here, go like this.
We better see
Put it
20
right
people
here.
in this video. This is so lit. I knew this. I was like, this is gonna go crazy. Anyways.
You know how like on YouTube they're like, now click right here to see his ass cheek.
Click the subscribe to my OnlyFans to see that. Click the link below. No,
Okay.
So shout out again Sandy and Brenda for helping put the fabric and just helping you and Jasmine, like all you guys. Like it was beautiful because like like when it comes to like stuff outside of my wheelhouse, whether it's my producer producing or my videographer editing, whatever, and in this case like I'm not a woman. I'm a straight guy. I don't know anything about any makeup. You knew in our group chats with the girls, like, and I'll be like, what did I say?
Oh, what?
There's like some.
I mean, to get technical, we were getting photos for inspiration.
Yeah.
And we found some makeup looks, and one of them consisted of this really nice gold eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Covering the eyelid shimmery, making the whole eyelid shimmery and beautiful. And then it had a thick liner that was black, and he called the eyeshadow eyeliner. He said, I like the one with the gold eyeliner, and all of us were like, what the hell is he talking about? Which one is he talking about?
And see, that's why I was like, when you guys were all talking about it, I was like, hey, do you guys, I don't have to be here, like y'all putting the outfits, and Brendan's like, no, we want you there to help just help select
He was
stuff.
literally just going, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
for sure. And shout out to
But it helped.
It did help. I'm glad it helped. And
I mean, it's your vision, even though this might not necessarily be where you're well versed or where your jurisdiction ends. You still have an influence on it. It wasn't two parts coming together. It was still very cohesive because you got a say. So in a way, we were all still collaborating.
I appreciate that.
And that's, I think it's better. I mean, okay, better. I think it's great.
For sure. No,
I don't want someone to come from you like, sometimes it's not better.
No, we want all the smoke. After that phase stuff, we had y'all so
Oh,
funny.
we had. Shout out to you, Tyrone.
Yeah,
shout out to you, Tyrone. To you, Tyrone.
Tyron, huh? Tyron. That's what my name is. You think I'm playing games? Well, I'm not. I won state track and field in high school. I'm a 3-time All-American. I have medals motherfuckers wish they had. I am him, and no one can take that away from me. Say my name correctly. I just want you to know the danger you're in. Alrighty? Say my name correctly. When I look at you, I want you to say it. It is not Tyron. Alright? My name is Theron James Randall. Get it right the first time. Or you can just call me TJ.
Out to you, Tyrone. Come back and bring some more trolls. But I appreciate that.
Oh my god, he's gonna do it again.
I love it. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if you guys saw the promo. We made some crazy racist jokes, like
Oh my gosh, and let's address this right now.
Okay.
Nobody is like, oh my gosh. What? Okay, no wait. First of all, what were they saying in the comments?
There were some people saying like, are people really seeing this? I had someone on Facebook that was like,
yeah,
this is so
another
racist.
person was like, racist. That was racist with the African jokes.
Yeah. It was here's the thing, we got like 99.9% love, but it's just always those couple comments that we live in a climate where people are
Anything
very
you say.
PC. Everyone's very sensitive, and it's like I think that's the biggest problem, which is why I always like, and that's why I appreciate working with you guys. Is that you guys, I like like you said, like I'm always trying to make you guys feel good. I always want to lighten the room, like people realize like we're having we're doing a job, but like we don't have to take stuff so seriously. It's like I always kept commenting like when we were working on the choreo, which we'll also talk about. I was like I just loved how all you guys just had a different like ethnic background.
We do. We all do.
And it was beautiful because when you first, I feel like when most people would like hear this song and they hear and they're thinking dance choreo, they're probably thinking all black woman or all African woman, and that's cool. But for me, it's like like not every same person is the same. Like we're all a different beautiful complexion. Like all women make this world go around. First of all, if you ask me, we're all from Africa, but that's a whole another conversation. But the point I'm trying to make is that like if the femininity is world round at the end of the day, and I always want to, and it's like I want to show you guys, even when we're like I'm creating something that is paying homage to that, we're also having fun. And it's not like and it breaks the wall of like, oh, he's trying to make these women make him look like he's a dude who gets girl. No, it's
I don't think if any of y'all interpreted that out of the video when there's just so much of a bigger picture to see, then you're just close-minded.
Facts.
And we're allowing you the opportunity to be educated and broaden your lens a little bit. So because we can always educate.
Exactly, and to that point too, because I used to think like this when I would see like Chris Brown with some girls. I'm like, oh, that must be his main chick or this. But it's like, guys, like behind the scenes, people have different relationships. Like 2 of those women in that video are married. Number 1, so it's like that. We'll just break that right now, and we're all friends and we're all close. And it's like the beautiful thing about when you're making art is that gives you guys the time to like really like open up with each other and do things you probably normally wouldn't do like in public, because it's like we're trying to paint a story because it's all love at the end of the day. But speaking of, we talked about the outfits and
oh no, you were addressing the racist joke.
Oh, the racist joke.
It was the when he came. We were doing a test shot, but Zach was kind of just rolling.
So the thing, Zach likes to do this a lot, and I feel like we're gonna eventually have to drop some type of documentary. But like I think damn near.
Gosh, he has plenty.
Yeah.
He can do a documentary right now.
Facts. Like he at the end of each shoot, like he'd be like, "All right, King, how'd the shoot go?" or something like that. And so he did that for this one, and I was like messing around. I was like, I just got my girls from Africa, what I'm saying, on the side of the street. It's funny because...
and it was just... No, they were rolling with it. I think I was out of the frame at that time.
You were out of the frame, and we were laughing the whole time. Guys, I've been cracking jokes since day 1 of the shoot, so like we're all like... It shot Brenda, Sandy, Jasmine,
I love how you say day 1 of the shoot, but the shoot only lasted 1 day.
Okay, well, the whole process of the damn.
No, I know what you mean.
Like we're all been cracking jokes and like talking shit, having a good time. I said that, and then Mo come. I
came in,
like
and because you said you found all of us beautiful ethnic African women.
Yeah.
Just we're all African.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I said I did a 2 for 2. I said we actually found him.
Yeah.
And then
it was funny.
And then I was like, what did I say?
You found this little boy.
And then it was like,
$2
because he had the camera, and like when I had already said that, it just led to the next joke,
right.
And I was just like, for 50 cents a day, you can feed him. And then a lot of people took it to race, not even realizing, like they're like, that's racist, and I was like, well, not a lot of people, like those couple people.
It's always a couple.
And it's I was like, I mean. It's distasteful joke to you, funny to another person. That doesn't really matter to me. But it wasn't about race at all, because when I was growing up, the ads and the infomercials I saw for charities, they were not in Africa. They were in Asia. Because I was watching a different channel than I was watching I was watching the Filipino channel, the TFC channel 241. And so. Yeah, I didn't see any in Africa, like growing up. Later on, I did, but like different channels, you saw different things. So I saw more like I believe like they seem to be more like Spanish descent or
like
Asian.
the fucking video. Sorry, I just want to say it because we're going in.
Yes.
Crazy.
Asian descent, and so the jokes, they just come, if they come natural. Sometimes it just has to do with your background. My grandpa, when he was, rest in peace, you know, when he was still alive and I was a little kid, he would look at, he'd be like, Monique is so bad as a kid. He would look at the TV, and that infomercial would come up with this little girl named Jenny, and it would just be the same like older white dude saying like, please like help us feed people like her, right? And then my grandpa would be like, I think I like Jenny better than my and I'd be like, you're gonna replace me because I'm bad. But like, I think Jenny.
So real quick, I want to just transition and talk about the choreo. So when I usually do my videos, I do a lot of performance-based music videos, as Zach spit the terminology. And he's right, like, you know, like, I'm doing a lot of dancing and like a lot of action in your face, like very like a lot of my inspiration comes from like the Busta Rhymes, the Missy Elliott's, the Chris Browns, in terms of like just visually like performance-based art. And that's what my music is. Everything I do is a performance. You know, my mom would say I was performing everything. Like, I've been performing for her and everyone since I was like 7 years old or whatever.
Even in the womb.
Even in the womb, yeah.
Womb. Probably over here like jumping.
Right. On the umbilical cord. But no. Yeah. So with this video, right, like when Brenda, and shout out to Brenda.
Yep.
I want to credit her because she really wanted to like have every single detail. She wanted to make sure we had time.
She helped us be better dancers.
Yeah. She wanted to have us like practice and do all these things, because I was just, like, I'm very like, anytime I have new people working with me, extras, whatever, I always want to give them like the most, because I'm a dancer, right, and I'm a teacher as well. So it's like I always think like, what is universally going to make sense for these people I'm working with, and you know, so when we come the day of the shoot, they can just do it on camera and then boom, we're done. You know, easy. We don't need a bunch of rehearsal. But even still with that, you know, Brenda, she wanted to rehearse. She wanted me to send videos and like tutorials and stuff. So I was like, cool. You know, and it was stuff that it was easy for everyone to grasp. Oh, well, let me ask you, what'd you think of all the choreos? Because I basically came up with, like, if you guys notice, like the stuff with me, obviously, and then the stuff of like you guys. It was mostly, I'd say, because I told Brenda and Sandy like to come up with their own choreo within the things that I already wanted to see, and then like I had some ideas for you guys that you guys implemented, and and like, you know, the main theme was the different jumping stuff on the hook. That was all me, but then everything else, like you see the freestyles and stuff, was like what Brenda, Sandy, and Mo put together. So what did you think of, like, you know, the choreo? How was I as a teacher, leader with that and all that?
I think it was amazing because, okay, so we all...
Big me up. I'm just kidding.
Big me. We're all on WhatsApp group chat, and they're sending videos back and forth, and I can follow a choreo. I could maybe put together a decent choreo, but that is not my preference. I would rather leave that to the ones that do that, because like, I mean, if I get inspired and want to add my own elements or certain moves to accentuate certain, I don't know, just highlight certain lyrics or different parts of the song, I'll do it. You know, musicality, lay twins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I wouldn't call myself a choreographer. I've always just, I feel like I followed better, especially with a great teacher. Especially, I think what makes a teacher or just somebody who's... I saw that. He had it so low, and I still saw it.
I love it. The twin action.
I think a good teacher would you know, help, like, enhance, like, get you out of your
shell.
And really just have fun with it. And I want to be able to worry about that. I don't want to have to worry about creating it from scratch. That sounds crazy. I don't know how people do it, but anyways, So I was watching it come together because they were shooting ideas back and forth first. So King was saying, I want this. And then took some videos, sent it, boom. Brenda was like this? And then she did the 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we were like, whoa. And then we're like, I'm in my head, I'm like, I can't wait to learn this. I can't wait to learn this. And hopefully I don't fall. I don't crash and burn. But it was amazing. The jumping had me rethinking my health because but no, it turned out so good, and I think it was I think it captured. I love that everyone paid close attention to the lyrics. She was very intentional with the
she was Brenda
movements.
was on that. She's like, wait, run that back, run that back. Okay, let me hear you say it. Like Brenda's like,
well, even then referring to the lyrics, trying to get the message across. That's how you know you're working with a true artist. Like there's a difference between how do you spell her? How do you pronounce her name? Kala Fajardo. She's a Filipina choreographer, dancer, and she specializes in heels, high heels. And I follow her on Instagram, and there's one thing that she had spoken to her class before starting, and it was, there's a difference between a dancer and an artist, and it's like you're trying to tell a story. Everybody can do the 5, 6, 7, 8. You can do the counts, but are you telling a story? If you're doing that, that's what will turn you from a dancer to an artist. And people aren't booking dancers anymore; they're booking artists, and that forever stuck with me. She said that on her Instagram, and that's why her dancers look so good. And I feel like even knowing that, when we're working with Brenda, she encompassed that idea, because she's helping us like really embody that feminine energy. She's not just saying follow this count. She's saying like stronger arms. She's saying intense, like
she's like
help. She's sharper, like not even just for technicality, but like attitude, that
fierce.
So, and energy and confidence mainly. So that was amazing.
That was a lot of fun. That was so much fun. I never got tired of like reposting like the videos of the behind the scenes that we did. People were like engaging, and people were like anticipating it a lot, and it was awesome. And you guys were very easy to work with. I really liked how like everyone was very comfortable, because I was I always like to reassure, like, hey, are you guys cool with this? Do you want to try this? I always like to be respectful of like the people's boundaries I'm working with. And like, how comfortable you want to be, and everyone's like, yeah, do that, pull my hair, do this, try this. I'm like, cool. So which is why you guys can see like everything is so intimate, and we're really selling to you guys like the story that's happening in the video, and that's all thanks to everyone's willingness to be down for the vision. So I thank you guys for that. It was a lot of fun, and then when I think about just because I want to come and talk about like your verse,
Okay.
Blowing through like a monsoon, yeah. Because it's funny, because like during the the choreo, I'm like, oh, that's what you're saying?
He's
trampoline?
like, oh, that's what.
Bassoon?
Wait.
Like when I would be practicing it, I'd be like, in my room,
making it bounce, trampoline.
Making it dance, don't dole. That like a bole.
You just thought I was going bombole.
I'm like, oh, this is because
this is probably Tagalog.
Because I make up words in my stuff all the time too, so I thought that's what you were doing.
No, I was saying English.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. Like that. That's my favorite featured verse. Like that.
We can do a whole other video just by breaking down our lyrics and our verses alone.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I guess for my verse, the most part, we jump in. I was like vibing off of his hook, and then I get to talk about my body, and so I'm saying, let my body make you go, ooh. And then I don't know what started with blown through like a monsoon.
That was fire. That gave me Beyonce vibes.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know. That's not something I would ever say. So I don't know. Maybe I was on Rhyme Zone and saw the word monsoon, and I was like, okay.
To your point, because someone said to me in an interview, like, only you can make the word gallivant make sense, and like I feel like that's the same.
My gosh.
I feel like that's the same with you with monsoon. I never would have thought. I'm like, that's perfect right there.
Gallivanting. You know what's crazy? You owned that word and made it your own so much that I completely forgot that gallivanting is such a Filipino term.
It's a Filipino Jamaican term. Yeah. It's an island
But
term,
it sounds silly because they'd be like,
gallivanting.
all you're doing is going over there to gallivanting and everything. Like, and I'm just, it's more like all you want to do is just go out there and
that makes
mess
sense.
around. So, but I didn't even put the two together. I didn't realize they were the same word because you say it and it's almost like you made it your own.
That is gallivant. Yeah. That's
You made it your
shit,
own
yeah.
word. That's crazy.
Appreciate it. No,
So I
appreciate
did the same with trampoline.
it. Oh my god.
That's not even how you pronounce trampoline. Trampoline.
That was so sick. Because what did I think you were saying? Making it bounce, dad, all that.
I don't know.
But when I saw, I was like, that is so sick. And then even how you said exotic, how you said exotic.
Oh,
that phrasing of exotic.
So wait, what is it? Blowing you like a monsoon. Love
how
my body move. Yeah.
Embrace every curve and valley. Exotic. It came straight
Exotic
from,
came straight from
that was
the ice.
sick. I was like,
Yeah. You know what I used to say? It said before in my first demo. It was like embrace every curve and valley. That I do say a lot. I like referring to whenever people say curves.
Yes.
I like referring to the body as having curves and valleys. That is something I feel like I do say. Then exotic. I said something about this designer, Roberto Cavalli, and he makes like
You referenced him in your verse?
Yeah, and then I took it out because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Oh,
So
okay.
Roberto Cavalli, I think, if I'm not saying it right, like I said, I don't know. Like I did research and I was like, who are some really amazing like inspirational designers that make really exotic clothes? So just to like kind of like do that wordplay with the word exotic, and Roberto Cavalli came up. Like I said, I don't know anything about him, so don't come for me. I don't know anything about him. I just learned about him that day, and I'm like, meh, it's a
okay.
bar, and I threw it in there. But
like
then I
Nicki
thought
Minaj.
about it, and I'm like,
He understood me when I spoke Thai.
somehow I understood him when he spoke Thai. So embrace every curve and valley. I was like, let's take Roberto Cavalli out because I don't. It has
embrace every Roberto Cavalli or something.
no, embrace every curve and valley. And then Roberto Cavalli, I took that out in the final, and I was like, can I make island rhyme with valley? And I did.
That was perfect.
I was like, embrace every curve and valley, exotic came straight from the island, making
Yeah.
a bounce, trampoline.
Shit's so
Ride that bass like a pony. I was worried that people would think that line was silly because you don't ride, only kids ride ponies.
We're artists, man. Everything. That's the beauty. Like that's the thing.
Because
Is
we
like,
ride horses
Yeah, like
and stallions.
this
but,
is
like,
the most like delusional like space where you can make anything that doesn't make sense because
Okay,
it's
true.
music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's something I learned, especially with trap music. Those half the things they're saying doesn't make sense. Like I've heard
Right.
like when people say like blow you like a cello, you can't blow a fucking cello.
Who said that?
Lil Wayne said that before, other artists, but like shout out to all you guys. But you know, like that's the thing. People say shit like
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
random
you're
shit,
right.
but it's like
When I
it's
was a
vibe.
geisha, he was a samurai. Somehow I understood him when he spoke
Nicki
Thai.
Minaj, exactly.
She referenced like 3 different nationalities.
Yeah, and all culture appropriation. But you know, at the end of the day, like
Well, that's
it's,
a whole other conversation
you know,
with you.
Yeah, with me.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
oh.
the culture appropriation. What's it called? Is that what it? Yeah.
Culture appropriation.
Yeah, how you're like, fuck it, appropriate all you want. Like we want to share.
Have I said that before? That sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's why I was like, that's a whole other conversation with you.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like-
yeah, because again, it's art. Art's subjective. And
Yeah.
it's like people can interpret it how they want to interpret it. You know. So, but yeah, that was awesome. And I also liked how you're like, ooh, are you jumping? Yeah. Hey, like, what was the effect you're using?
That was my voice. I wasn't doing anything.
Okay, it wasn't there.
It wasn't there. You're
It was
talking
like-
about my body make it go ooh.
That thing.
I had like a megaphone-ish
That's fire.
filter on myself, and it's almost sounded kind of like a guitar.
That was sick.
And then I applied it toward the end. You're right. You're actually right. Toward the end, I had
always
the ooh, yeah, we jumped in that.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's fucking right. That's
But-
sick.
Yeah.
That was awesome. So yeah, that
I
was.
thought that was a cool way to enter the scene, because I am very visual when I'm singing a lot of the time as well. If I'm writing, I will think of the music video already, even if a music video is never to come. Like I just think, what would be good for the music video? And it's almost like, yeah, almost thinking kind of like writing like a director. Like, ooh, yeah, we jumping now. It was like a really cool, like I slithered in there.
So you said this was, so Phase was your first like real music video you've been in, right?
It was Walls.
Oh, it was Walls.
And then, but this one, but Phase was right after, so number 2.
And
like
then,
still very inexperienced at that point.
And Feminine is now
number
third.
3.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I've done more videos with you than I have for my solo music.
That's damn.
Granted, yeah, we're talking about 3 videos, so it's like,
For sure. But no, I think that's awesome. I'm again grateful and honored.
well,
that
I'm honored. I'm honored to be part of it. It's insane.
No,
yeah.
for real. And I'm glad that I could help.
And that you entrusted me.
Of course,
with,
of course.
Because your song is like a baby, and like so it means a lot. It doesn't go unnoticed and taken for granted when I am being given a space on your cherished project.
Really appreciate that. And because honestly, like, I can't say enough, but you, and then I also want to add Sandy and Jasmine, and shout out to Jasmine. I know we didn't touch on it much, but you know, you guys see like all the solo shots with Jasmine and I, and then of course towards the end of the video, she was awesome. She came like she wanted to be a part of this, but like during the practice leading up to this, she couldn't come to the group practices, so she and I worked individually, and you know, brought her up to speed, and it was still great. And like the day of the shoot, you wouldn't have noticed that like she was not with everyone the whole time, like you know, because for me it's like, as a king, right? And I'm just kidding, but no, as a leader of like this project, I always want everyone to feel included, right?
Yep.
And it was dope. So you know, shout out to Jasmine and everyone for just being very professional, you know, very open, and just respecting like what I was trying to put together and what it meant, and everyone was so very enthusiastic. So thank you guys, and I'm glad that I could help close the chapter on Moya Bree, because I think that's like your last.
Yeah, it was like a last hurrah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, even the way the year closed out with our show.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah, the royalty show. So yeah, you gave Moya Bree like its final, you know, that, yeah, like it's, I think about it sometimes. I'm like, man, it's such an amazing, successful album, and it's still going.
Yeah,
you're still on fire, and I'm like,
thank you.
I wonder how much that affected my rebrand affected it, because it's still very relevant. But Moya Bree, technically, I'm you know, transition. I'm in that middle of like where there's nothing out for MOZAIA, but there is stuff in the works. But then there's a ton out for Moya Bree, including this project, and I'm talking about it, but my name is different. So
well, I
did worry, but I'm really glad that you gave Moya Bree its last.
I was gonna say,
last hurrah.
Yeah, I'm glad that I could like close that chapter nicely. Especially you talked about how like you're kind of forced into the name, and then towards the journey of like it ending. Like I'm glad like we could like, people will remember between KingDow Kingdom, and then you also have other awesome music you've done under that umbrella as well.
I mean, it was a while, like from 2015 to 2022.
Oh yeah, so a long time. So that's awesome.
I love how he's like, you felt forced, so I just wanted to make sure that you felt forced to change because you put my name in the lyric. You're like, so you know, your first rebrand was forced. Now this.
I'm dead. Did you really feel forced?
No, hell no. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. No, no, that's awesome. And
I think I was just pushed and encouraged by my peers, which is good. It's good. It's different than being forced. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I think it's important. Like when someone voices when people voice something, even that they softly say it, it's like, okay, you really want this, and you've always wanted it. So it's like, all right, let me. Yeah. Because like you said,
I don't really know if I would have done it if it weren't for y'all, and I would have done it, but I don't know if I would have done it then. I don't know if I would have done it there. I don't know if I would have came up with the name MOZAIA. Who knows? I was doing.
You know, like over 100 comments. Like, it's I think everything happens for a reason, and that just shows like the power of like a community and the amount of like love you guys have for us. And you know, I just want to thank you guys again, and for giving that to Feminine as well, and everything else that we have coming in this album. So just thank you guys. This has truly been like a blessing for the KingDow Kingdom, the community, and all you guys. So yeah.
Thank you
This
so
has been
much.
the Feminine Music Video Breakdown with MOZAIA, your boy KingDow. We love you guys, and we'll see
Love
you next
you.
time. Peace.
See ya.